about tons of engines, firefighters, extra resources, because you have to stop those firefighters, right? They're battling these flames. You have to keep them healthy as well. So a big response.
Definitely.
And what a morning. I've so many fires this morning, right? It's
That's why I asked about the wind, because you would think, but 10 miles per hour.
Really not too breezy. And I was actually just reading the National Weather Service fire outlook for today. Relative humidity is up. Winds are down. So that typically means that the fire conditions are better when it comes to weather, which means it's not hurting those firefighters who are already stretched so thin today. We also have an uptick in humidity, that increase in relative humidity that does help our fire danger in general. That's what's pumping in a little more humidity. It'll help to spread us some cloud cover as well. So in general today, we're going to read it as cooler and cloudier. But we're starting this morning with more sunshine and milder temperatures. We just don't move much from where we're sitting right now. East Village 43, Grace End 44. That's where we're at on Staten Island and in2our. Up in the Bronx, Fordham at 40 degrees right now. Mid-40s on Long Island for Islip and Montauk, 42 in Bridgeport. We're at 45 in Newark down the shore, Wrightstown 46. So really not a bad start to today. But look at the wind. There's a little bit of a light breeze. Again, not gusty enough to necessarily complicate things for firefighting efforts, but it is going to be noticeable. And see that wind direction coming right off the water? It's pumping back in a little bit more of this humidity. I did want to touch quickly on just the drought, right? We had a new drought monitor released this morning in Gloucester County, where those crews are still fighting that wildfire we just talked about a second ago. We're still looking at a severe drought with extreme drought in parts of South Jersey. But for the 5 boroughs, things are actually getting a little bit better. Now Manhattan back to just moderate drought rather than severe. Nassau County just seeing abnormally dry conditions now rather than the moderate drought for the entire county. So a moderate improvement, if you will. Still have a long ways to go, and we'll get an opportunity for rain heading towards Sunday. But until then, we do continue with the dry conditions. It's just the cloud cover that's sliding in for today. So I want to put Futurecast into play. As you continue to see the clouds thicken up into this afternoon. So it's nice to see a little bit of blue sky this morning, but it's just not the case moving toward the afternoon. Maybe some of our northern neighborhoods sticking with a touch more sunshine. Temperatures there climb close to the 50-degree mark, but near the coast where we do get more of that moisture sliding in from the water and a little more of that cloud cover, looks like we'll cap highs today in the upper 40s, which will feel cool compared to how mild we've been, but it's actually a lot closer to where we should be this time of year. We'll continue with the cloud cover overnight and first thing tomorrow morning. We'll start the day in the 30s and 40s, and then tomorrow afternoon with a little more sunshine, we do see temperatures back in the mid-50s. So milder again as we move into tomorrow. For your Friday, more sun, milder mid-50s, not a bad way to end the week. As we head towards Saturday, even more cloud cover and even more humidity. And it's funny, on Saturday we actually might start to notice just a little uptick in mugginess in the air with milder temperatures. And then Sunday is when our highs are back in the 60s. But this is when this front approaches the area that will slide in wind and rain Sunday night and Monday morning. What does that mean for the half marathon on Sunday morning? Well, there could be a few showers around, but the real wet weather comes in the second half of the day Sunday as we issue that AccuWeather alert and a gusty wind picks up. So although it might not be ideal conditions for the half marathon, given it is muggy and it is windy, it's not going to be quite as wet as what we'll see Sunday night and Monday. Monday we start damp with rain in the morning, and then we'll clear out in the afternoon. Right now it looks like a half of an inch up to about an inch of rain, which is needed considering the drought outlook. For today, mostly dry. We just get those clouds moving in, and in general cooler conditions today. Highs in the upper 40s will feel cool because we've been so mild, but keeping this in mind, this is right around where we should be this time of year. Tonight we'll continue with the mostly cloudy skies, fairly mild conditions, 30s and 40s. We'll wake up tomorrow, and tomorrow we do see more sunshine in the afternoon with just a few clouds in the mix, which means milder. Inspiring. But first, let's check in with Jimmy Kimmel to see what's coming up on tonight's show.
Life.
And you know, entertainment reporter Joel Gargiulo got the scoop, right? How cool was it to sit down with him and talk about it all?
Any excuse to sit down with Keanu Reeves? Yeah. Just to set this up a little bit. So Keanu Reeves loves motorcycles. So he has a motorcycle company, Arch Motorcycles. So he and his business partner, they started these meetings as a way to get inspiration to build the perfect motorcycle. But what the result is that Constantine, so charming. So yeah, the whole show is streaming now. But wait, can we talk about everybody's favorite Keanu role?
Oh, it's got to be John Wick for me.
John Wick. Okay.
The bus.
Speed 1 or Speed 2?
Devil's Advocate. I loved him in Parenthood. I thought he was really funny. But John Wick is my all-time favorite.
I am a Point Break girl. Or wait, a throwback. Who remembers the music video with Paula Abdul, Rush? Anyone? Rush? He was in it. Yes. An extended cut too. Yeah. No. Like, he's just so normal.
Like the
guy
that this man does.
Yeah.
Crazy.
Like he's brilliant. He's a brilliant mind. But one thing kept coming up in that conversation was curiosity. They're so curious, and I was like, all right, I'm going to take a little bit of that with me too. So
yes,
he dives into everything he does, no matter what the role is, and he really puts effort. Like with John Wick, it's similar to like Dani Beckstrom with Weather, right? She's just so
that was good because they're going into their rally. That was good.
They're telling me I tried.
Well, let me dial it in right now. Joel, you're so good. I love how you really bring does fade today as our highs end up coming in a lot closer to the seasonal average. We'll read it as a cool day because yesterday was 55. Today we're capping it in the upper 40s. But even with that cool down, keep in mind this is a little more seasonable. Sun sets tonight at 7:01. Look at that. Temperatures this morning are actually fairly mild. They just don't move a whole lot today. Starting in the 40s, ending in the 40s for many of us. 45 right now for Islip and Montauk, 39 up in Newburgh, 43 for Belmar. And then we have this breeze. Again, it's not too blustery, but you will notice the breeze at times if you're close to the coastline with wind coming right off the water. So we are going to see a little uptick in humidity over the course of the next couple of days. We're also going to notice that increase in cloud cover for today with the onshore flow. So in general, cooler and cloudier moving into the middle of the day. It's nice to start mild with some sunshine, but this afternoon does look and feel a little different. Well, north and west of the city, we'll keep a little more sunshine, so highs could climb into the low 50s for some of our interior spots, but near the coast in the 40s. Overnight into tomorrow morning, a mostly cloudy sky, mild lows in the 30s and 40s, and then tomorrow, a little more sunshine to enjoy, so we're back in a milder spot. We'll see a mix of sun and clouds with highs in the mid-50s for your Friday, so noticeably milder. We'll jump that to the upper 50s on Saturday, but there is also an increase in humidity and in cloud cover, so it ends up almost feeling a little on the muggy side for our Saturday. And then Sunday, second half of the day is when we're issuing that AccuWeather alert. It is going to be cloudy, it is going to be windy, and eventually it will be wet. But it's also very mild on on Sunday. We're talking highs back in the 60s. The half marathon is on Sunday morning. I know a lot of runners are concerned about the conditions, right? Plan on humid and mild conditions under mostly cloudy sky with a few showers, but the real wet weather arrives the second half of the day Sunday into first thing Monday morning. So on St. Patrick's Day, we will start on the damp side and then clear out the second half of St. Patrick's Day. Right now, looking like a half of an inch up to about an inch of rain Sunday night and Monday morning. It will also be quite windy with gusts 40 to 50 miles per hour. Another reason for that AccuWeather alert. But for today, it's cooler and cloudy, starting with sunshine, but you see the sun fades with cloud cover sliding into this afternoon with our highs today landing in the upper 40s near the coast and low 50s for our interior spots. Tonight's lows are in the 30s and 40s, and then tomorrow's highs noticeably milder. We're back in the mid-50s for most of the area with a mix of sun and clouds through the afternoon.
But there's a catch. Meteorologist Dani Beckstrom here with our first check of the forecast. Dani?
There's always a catch, right? Now today is actually the coolest day that we'll see for the next 7, with temperatures falling closer to the seasonal average. But we do have another big warming trend as we head into the weekend. Trade-off is some rain on the way as well. Beautiful live look outside. We're still waiting on those clouds to materialize. Looks like a little bit of cloud cover out there. But thanks to the sunnier start to the day, temperatures will be allowed to warm up a little bit. So we've actually bumped today's forecast high to 50, which again is closer to the seasonal average than the mid-50s we saw yesterday. A bit of a breeze, especially close to the coast with wind coming out of the water, 7-mile-per-hour wind right now in the park. Looking at temperatures across the tri-state, 50 already in Poughkeepsie, 49 for Islip, 44 for Belmar, 52 for Somerville. Again, most of us land in the low 50s today with sunshine giving way to increasing clouds still moving into late afternoon.
Had to outrun a monster avalanche.
Oh, that video gives me anxiety just seeing it. Goodness. Today's a little cooler, a little cloudier, but temperatures coming in near the seasonal average, close to 50 degrees. If that's not warm enough for you.
Heart-pounding moments in New Hampshire as a camera captures a snowboarder desperately trying to outrun an avalanche. Can you see what I'm talking about? We put a circle on it. Webcam video shows a snowboarder making the way down the side of the mountain. This was at Mount Washington on Tuesday. All of a sudden, a wall of snow begins rolling behind that person. The avalanche looks like it's quickly gaining on the snowboarder. Luckily, the Mount Washington Observatory says the person got away and was not hurt. Authorities say people in the area somehow triggered that avalanche.
Spectator cherry blossoms to put on quite the early show.
Gorgeous.
Very pretty.
Yeah, we've got our own around here, so I guess it'll be a few weeks, though, before they pop out.
We still got a little bit of time, but our temperatures are really warming up, right? A noticeable difference the past couple of days, and even though today is a little cooler and a little cloudier than we've been, we're right back to the milder as we move into the week temperature trend. Today we're right on target for the season right now in the park. So forecast high 50, average high 40. Right around where we should be, but coming off yesterday's 55, you might notice it feels a little bit cooler overall, though. We're back to the mid-50s tomorrow and again, 60s by Sunday, so it's not too long that we're sitting in with average temperatures. 45 in Newburgh. Right now, 52 already in Somerville. Out east, Montauk's at 47. Looks like that's where we're sitting in the park, 43 for Belmar. It is a bit breezy by the water with an onshore flow, so it's pulling in a little bit of humidity that's helping improve our fire danger for today. But keep in mind, it's still quite dry out there. Drought monitor was updated this morning. It looks like better news for the lower Hudson Valley, now just a moderate drought rather than the pockets of severe. Better news in Manhattan, again, moderate drought rather than the pockets of severe, looking a little better in Nassau County. But we still have a little ways to go before completely digging ourselves out of the drought. Right? So that's why it's encouraging that we do have rain in the forecast this weekend, even if no one wants to hear rain is coming this weekend. For today and tomorrow, dry takes us until Sunday night to really get those rain chances ramping up. For this afternoon, do expect those clouds to continue to increase, but there will be spots that stay a little sunnier, like the lower Hudson Valley. Highs in the low 50s there. We'll be in the upper 40s, close to 50 in the city and by the water. Clouds continue to increase overnight into Friday morning, so we wake up to a mostly cloudy and mild to the day tomorrow. The clouds should break and thin out into tomorrow afternoon. That helps highs jump back to the mid-50s, similar to where we landed yesterday. Some of our interior spots getting close to 60 for your Friday. If that's not warm enough for you, just give it a day. Milder in the mid-50s Friday, and then back to the upper 50s on Saturday. But it's not just temps that are up on Saturday. I think you'll also notice the humidity's up just a little bit as the onshore flow continues. And then we're watching this system off to our west. This slides that line of rain and wind to us as we move into Sunday. Sunday morning, it's the half marathon in New York City. I know a lot of runners, a lot of racers are anxious to see the forecast. I think you should plan on mild and humid conditions on Sunday morning with a mostly cloudy sky, but just a few spot showers. The main event is the second half of the day Sunday. That's when whipping winds with gusts up to 40 to 50 miles per hour impact the area as well. The rain continues overnight into early Monday morning. A damp start to Monday and then clearing the second half of the day Monday. And I think St. Patrick's Day is salvageable with the rain clearing out the second half. How much rain? Half of an inch up to an inch. So again, not going to fully dig us out of the deficit here or fix the drought, but it's encouraging to see any bit of rain in the forecast. For today, should stay mostly dry out there, just increasing clouds off and on throughout the afternoon into this evening, with highs today landing close to the seasonal average, near 50 degrees for a lot of the area as we move it, because we're back to the sunnier skies and highs are in the 50s and 60s again.
All right. Good news.
Yeah, great news, right?
Thank you, Dan.
Yeah.
Well, we are continuing to follow